I'm Mary Nimsgren, the Senior Warden of St. James Episcopal Church in Marietta. I'm here with the second of our stewardship videos. God's blessings in our lives should be stewarded well and benefit others. So there are several parishioners here who are participating in this video and who will talk about stewardship and how important it is to them. First of all, Jack Van de Veit. What difference will stewardship make in our lives?
I was very fortunate yesterday to go to my local oldest grandson's wedding. And the bridesmaid, the best man was my second grandson, and my third grandson was one of the ushers. And I sat behind my son and his wife, and I looked at my family, my son, his wife, my grandsons, and Ann and I sat there, and I thought, how blessed I am to have a family and to be able to respond to that, because I know I owe God everything because of my family and my life, and to give to stewardship is something I've been doing for 50 years. So I'm 91. I've been doing it for probably 60 years. And years ago, somebody talked me into trying stewardship, starting out a little bit at a time. Don't try and get 10%. Give 0.5% this year and 1% the next year. And we have grown to giving our 10%, and looking at my family, it makes all the difference in the world.
Thank you, Jack. Wendy Malsby, how can I give when my income is currently diminished?
That is a great question. I think that many of us see, especially during these times where many of us have been cut back from work and times are uncertain and there's a lot of uncertainty in the air. And I think that in terms of giving during this time, we just have to, if possible, take a look at your finances and see if, this kind of goes back to what Jack was saying, that you may not be able to give your full 10%, or, start at 0.5% or 1%, and look at those, look at your finances and see where you can come back, if there are ways to make that happen, and give where you feel like you can.
Thank you, Wendy. Sharon Manier, what portion of my time, talent, and treasure should I give?
Well, thank you for asking that, Mary. I have found that throughout my walk in life, I have benefited from the time and talents that other people have shared with me through as members of the body. And we're all one body. We've all got different talents. We've all got different ways that God uses us throughout that body. And I think the word portion makes us feel that there should be a specific X, Y, or Z amount for those of us who are rule followers. And that is just simply not the case. I think that what God is requiring of us is something we should do prayerfully. We should look at each situation, pray, and seek guidance. But in the end, what we should give is basically as much as we're able to, and as often as we're able to in terms of time and talents. We aren't always going to be in a season of our life where we can come up and spend all day serving someone. But it's just enough sometimes to just volunteer to go help clean that person's house, volunteer to babysit once, even in the whole year. If that's all you can give, then you've done it prayerfully, then God will bless that. So I think really the short answer is give as much as we're able to, as often as we're able to, expecting no reward, but in love and to the glory of God.
Thank you, Sharon. Katie Evans, why is it important to make a pledge?
Mary, I say this with respect. There are people watching us tonight who have given sacrificially and generously to St. James. I thank you and respect the difficulty that it may be for all of us in this year of disasters and crises. Many of those who are watching us have been long-time, loving supporters of St. James. Thank you. We need your continuing support. You realize, of course, that this holy place where we meet God and greet each other as old, loving friends and newcomers must be kept up, cleaned, and protected with digital surveillance. Our faithful staff has managed to communicate with us and to educate our children. To continue our music, thank you, Peter, and our clergy has continued to minister despite restrictions. Lately, to old loving members, to newcomers, and to animals. We had the blessing of the pets this past week. I grieve, and I know you do too, that we cannot see and embrace each other. We cannot clasp each other's hands and exchange the peace. But this is God's place. Our St. James has been here since 1842 through other drastic times of stress, war, and a destructive burning in 1969. Once again, this is our place, and most importantly, this is God's place. Please help St. James to go on as our faithful predecessors did. We must do God's work. We must heal and grow as God would want us to. Please pledge. You can find 3 ways to pledge on the website stjames.com. And you can also go to onrealm.com and see your pledge statement, both for the past year and in previous years. God bless you, friends, old friends and newcomers. And thanks be to God. Amen.
Thank you, Katie. And thank you, everyone, for participating in the video. And many, many thanks to the St. James members for your generosity and giving and stewardship over the past year. And we're all looking forward to a new year, moving forward in faith. Thank you.